seems like every man, woman, and child in Japan is on drugs.
Have you ever really paid attention to an episode of Iron Chef? Those people love to eat ovaries. You can't stop them.
They consider fat men wrestling to be an ancient and sacred art, which it totally is.
And they will put Hello Kitty's face on anything. Anything.
Luckily, the nation that seems to be leading the world in the production of whimsy has produced a sequel to the strange yet addictive Katamari Damacy. Here's our review of We Love Katamari. About a year ago, a quirky little game with almost no publicity behind it whatsoever called Katamari Damacy captured the attention and hearts of the entire gaming world.
Overnight, the king found himself a superstar. The adulation of the crowd knew no limits.
So how do you follow up an unexpected hit that prides itself on its uniqueness?
The king is so cool!
Self-referentialism, of course.
Oh dear, such a chorus. Fans crying out from all over the world for the magnificent king to do his thing.
His thing indeed. As Katamari fans know, the king soaks up all the adulation while the prince does all the work. This time, the little prince has help in the form of cousins, second cousins, and other royal relations. If green isn't your thing, the rolling relatives come in a variety of shapes and colors. It doesn't really look any better or play any different, but We Love Katamari graces us with amazing new levels in which to wreak roll-up havoc. More stages have specific themes, and the objectives vary beyond just roll up a really big ball of things. Roll your flaming Katamari around a campsite, torching the scenery and terrifying campers. Venture underwater and abuse sea life, but watch out for the fisherman's hooks or you'll be reeled in, wasting precious time. Invade a fantastic gingerbread land and roll up a candy-coated house brick by delicious brick. Or collect 100 students as you rampage through a school building. Interesting to note that, due to the king's newfound fame, it's likely that everyone being rolled up in We Love Katamari is fully aware of their eventual fate, to be burned up into incandescent cosmic matter. That's why they're screaming. Along the way, you'll uncover the history of the king of all cosmos, learn of his strict upbringing, his brief stint as a delinquent crime fighter, and that fateful day when a severed pompadour and half a loaf of bread would lead to love at first sight. The Addictive Versus mode allows for friendly competition and even the occasional opportunity to roll up your rival. The co-op mode makes two players share a single Katamari. Be warned, for every peaceful co-op session you play, 5 others will degenerate into fistfights. Looks like we'll have to wait for a next-gen sequel to really take the audio-visual elements of Katamari beyond what the PS2 games offer. While the wackiness and addictive gameplay remain intact, We Love Katamari drops the ball as far as advancements go. In other words, a 4 out of 5. The game is so cute and charming. Whatever happened to the old Japan, the super serious samurai ritually killing himself because he made a key flower arranging era Japan?
I guess no one really cares about honor when you've got an adorable ball rolling. You're all hopped up for me in a bunch of row.
Okay, everybody, get ready. We're about to talk about Tommy's favorite game of all time. This is We Heart, or We Love, Katamari.
We hate Katamari.
It's from
is what they
Namco
should
for the
have called it.
PlayStation 2. I loved Katamari, the first one. I love Katamari Damacy, and I love this new sequel.
Katamari Dumb-assy.
Come on, explain the hate. Let the hate flow. Tell us
here
all
it is.
why you don't like
look,
this game.
Well, first of all, let me just start by saying is that people either love this game
Yes.
or hate this game.
Right.
There's a ton of people out there who think this is a great, addicting thing. Unfortunately for those people, I'm not giving the review for them.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what I think of the game.
Okay, well, that's why you're here.
I hate this game.
It's too complex for you, isn't it?
It's not about complexity.
There's too much sort of depth and detail.
Oh, lots of depth in rolling crap around.
Here's the deal with Katamari Damacy. For those that haven't played it, and it's very popular with gamers out there, so probably everybody knows.
Fans, I think.
But basically, what you're doing is you're collecting all kinds of junk, and you start off really small, and then you're collecting like thimbles and clothespins and stuff like that, and then eventually you start building up cats and brooms and then rakes, and then you're outside and you've got fences, and then eventually you're picking up cows and then houses and cars and then buildings and then boats and then stadiums and then skyscrapers, and it just keeps escalating.
I got to tell you what I hated the most, though.
Yeah.
See if you at least agree with me on this.
Okay.
The thing that disgusted me the most was that amazingly awful music. I cannot.
I didn't think it was awful.
Look, if you're going to sing, learn how to sing in tune, buddy. Walking Mr. Sunshine.
One of the things that I really enjoyed about this game, though, is that they went in a whole different direction in terms of some of the different kinds of gameplay objectives that you had to do.
Well, you're rolling your balls around.
You are. You have to roll the ball around and collect the stuff, but sometimes it's more to collect specific kinds of things. Like you're in a zoo, you've got to collect as many friends, animals as you possibly can, and the more animals that you collect, the bigger it is, the more percentile it is, the bigger the star that becomes from the Katamari that you collect.
Instead of the blue one. That's not a lot of diverse gameplay.
But I also thought the environments were actually very funny. I like the zoo level, I like the school, I like the under the water level. There's crabs trying to get away from the Katamari. I mean, we've seen a lot of this stuff before, but you do get to grow this huge Katamari ball and then go after the sun.
Well,
it's pretty cool, man.
If people out there love the first Katamari game,
I did.
You're probably going to like this one. For all the people who didn't like the first one like me, you're going to hate this one even more.
You got to get some heart in your We Heart Katamari.
No, I hate Katamari.
I am giving We Heart Katamari an 8.5 out of 10.
My Lord.
What are you giving it?
I personally can't stand it. I like nothing about it. I'm giving it a 3.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10, and that's being generous.
Another fantastic review from my good friend Tommy Tellerico.
That's right.
On the positive side, yes, you're still collecting junk, but you get to collect junk in a whole bunch of new areas. This time the Katamaris get so big you're actually collecting planets, stars, and eventually the sun. It's very cool. And the best thing about games like We Heart Katamari, it gives us lots of great material for this show.
On the negative side, this is some of the most awful music I've ever had the displeasure of listening to. I'm sorry, but the gameplay is just repetitive. And you can disagree with me on all those other points, but this one you can't. The graphics suck.